Okay, James and Tammy with Love My Pups, and we just had a phone call, and so we thought we'd discuss this because this was some desperate people who have just had a litter. Were they 24 hours into this? I think it was yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday, and they didn't get any sleep last night.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, there you go. They had any sleep last night.
You want to know why?
Yeah. Well,
Mommy doesn't want to feed her babies.
Yes, so this can be a problem. So typically we see this first-time mums who basically they don't want they just want to reject their puppies.
Well, they've been spoiled, and they probably
slept on the bed.
Right. And she's not happy that she's not getting to be with them because she has to be with her babies.
Well, also
There's
put it in the
ifs, ands, and buts.
Right.
She has to be with her babies.
Well, okay, but put it in the dog's perspective. The dog just woke up from having a C-section. It's not like human beings where you're planning this thing for 9 months ahead of time, and it's like you go to the hospital, you know what's going to happen. This dog has no clue. It probably felt like crap. Couldn't eat food. Was feeling sick. Goes to have a C-section, wakes up, and it's gone.
But she's had at least 12 hours to realize that.
Right, but she's rejecting her puppies, and
right.
so the question here is, what do you do, right?
You make her lay down, you feed her. You have somebody that's helping you with this,
right?
And you put her out in the middle of the floor. You have her seatbelt off.
So the issue here is, if you don't take care of this within about 48 hours?
Oh yeah, you'll be feeding puppies till they're 6 weeks old, every 3 hours, tube feeding. If you can tube feed, then you'll do it real quick. She has 7 puppies. That is going to be an all-nighter.
If you don't tube feed, you're going to be bottle feeding, and 7 puppies, it takes about 50 minutes to feed a puppy. You've got to do it every 2 hours. They'll give you 50 minutes of rest every 2 hours, and you will finally commit suicide. So that's what's going to happen.
That's drastic.
Your life will be over. So don't let that happen. So Tammy, what do you do? Well, you take the dog out.
You make her lay down. You have somebody that's going to hold her down, not like in a forceful way. Convince her that she wants to lay down. Rub her chest, rub the top of her head, kind of like massaging her. Rub her ears. And then as she's relaxed, as she's laying down, you have the other person apply a puppy on each nipple.
Right.
And let them nurse. And if she starts to get up, you tell her no.
So when you put
lay back down. We're going to feed the babies.
When you put the first puppy on, her head's going to come around. She's going to look at it, and she's going to try and get up. Right?
Yeah, you
don't let her do it.
No, you're the boss.
Yeah, the dog weighs...
You have to do this. Her instincts will not come in if you don't let her nurse.
The dog weighs 25 pounds. You weigh over 100. You could win this battle every time. So you just have to win this battle. And I mean, okay, so what happens? I mean, these people said that she was kind of getting a bit shitty towards her puppies, right? So what do? You get shitty towards the puppy? Smack her on the nose. That's what you do. Now, people aren't going to like this, but I mean, I think, at some point you can positive reinforcement, great, and do as much of that as you possibly can, right? But I mean, at some point, if she's not behaving right, it's stern talk, and after that, it's a like this. Not to hurt her, but just to know that you don't like the behavior.
You're in control, and that's not a nice way to act.
Right.
So you have to make her. She's had her way all her life.
Yes.
So her 2 years of life.
Yes.
And if you don't make her do this, her instincts aren't going to kick in. And then if you have another litter after you tormented yourself, bottle feeding or tube feeding 7 puppies, she won't take care of the next litter either.
Well, yeah. On this particular round right here, if you don't get this sorted out in 48 hours, she's decided they're not my puppies.
Yeah.
They're not my puppies. I'm not looking after these rats. They're your problem.
And once that you get her to nursing, then you can feel like that you can put her back in her crate, shut up the door, put the blanket around it, and always listen. That's when she's being happy about feeding them and her instincts has come in, because
I mean, it can change in a hurry, can't it? You can have a dog. You can have seen this many times. You've got a dog that doesn't want anything to do with the puppies, and 5 hours later, she's just snuggled up with them and she's in love with them. So
we had remember that one couple that said, well, she needs to sleep with us, and they would take her away from her babies and put the mama dog in bed with them.
Yeah, well, I mean, the first
Don't
thing
do that. Don't do that.
The first
Yeah.
thing somebody does call that here.
Yeah.
The first thing I would say would be you need to get past her sleeping in your room every night, a couple of weeks before she's going to have babies, and get her into
Yeah.
a crate environment or whatever you're going to use for a whelping box, and get her so you don't make this dramatic change.
Yeah.
You know, in a space of an hour where you give her all these puppies, she doesn't know what's going on. You've got to build up to it, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So the other thing they were talking about was that she maybe was going to buy the puppy. Well, look, if she's going to buy the puppy, you're going to have to be around for the first 12 hours to make sure that's happening.
Usually a big stern voice
Right. But,
will hurt their feelings more than anything else.
The other thing you can
And
do
if that doesn't work, then you do go to spat her if she keeps on doing
and
it.
if that doesn't work, put a muzzle on her.
Yeah.
I mean, we've never done that.
That's hard to do on a French bulldog because most of them don't have noses.
Right.
Very few.
Well, the good news is they don't have noses, so they can't bite things very well.
Well, that's true. But
So, I mean, you got to do what you got to do, right?
Right.
I mean,
right.
you know, if you can't have the puppies being bit because it's all over with in a hurry. Now, there's a difference between her wanting to move a puppy from where it is and putting that puppy's even a whole head in her mouth as she moves it around. That's one thing.
We had one mama that do that. She was trying to put them in a corner where she could surround.
She didn't
them.
like them under the pig rail, did she?
Well, she didn't want them to be out towards us, so she wanted them all in a little corner and her body on the outside part and keeping the babies on the inside.
Right.
One would get out, boy, she'd get up, and she would put that whole puppy's head in its mouth,
squealing.
and its little legs would be hanging, and it'd be hollering, and it was like, oh, no, 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 don't do that, don't do that. And then she'd look at me, and I said, let me have the baby, and she'd let me have the baby, and I'd put it in that corner for her to keep her happy, and then she'd lay down, and she was fine. But boy, I could always tell when she did that, and it was crazy for a little while.
So
but
now
they quit, they relaxed, they finally relaxed. And
So
calmed
this is also going to be
It's not all of them that do that. It was just one female that did that.
So this is a plug for our system, our heated whelping system. So the reason why this works so well is that rather than putting a heat lamp or a heat pad underneath mum, you put just a heated whelping system. Heater goes around the periphery underneath the pig rail, and now the puppies go under the pig rail, and that's the safest place for them to be, and mum wants to be in there. So what we do is this: we leave our babies for how long with mum?
Oh, all day long.
For the
all
first,
night long.
All day long, all night long.
And then we have to
For 3
force
weeks.
her to come out to go potty.
Yeah, but she doesn't want to leave.
Yeah.
Which is wonderful.
Yeah.
I mean, we have a wire crate for Frenchies. We use a 42 by 28 crate, $60 on Amazon, by our heated whelping system. Stick it all together in 5 minutes. Put a blanket over the whole thing, and I promise you, for the first 3 weeks, you won't hardly doing diddly other than just checking on water, food, letting her out 3 or 4 times a day. She doesn't even want to go out. You have to force her to go out. That's what you want. You do not want to be the mum. You want to be the person who looks after mum occasionally.
Yeah.
That's what you want on this.
Yeah.
So that gets back
Help her
to
when she needs help. Yeah.
yes. So this gets back to feeding, doesn't it? So if you are forced, so one of the things you need to be doing, you need to weigh your puppies every day. You want to see a ½ ounce gain every day. You're going to lose ½ ounce the first 24 hours. It'll stabilize the day after that, and then you want to gain ½ ounce every day. You need to track this because that lets you know that it's all going properly. If it's not, you're going to have to supplement with goat's milk.
Yeah.
And you may have to do that anyway.
The first day you bring them home and you weigh them, you're like all excited. The second day you weigh them, you notice, oh, they lost a ½ ounce.
Yeah, that's right.
The third day, they should have gained that ½ ounce back. The fourth day, they should gain another ½ ounce. But if you have one that's didn't gain and didn't lose, you're still okay. But watch that puppy. Surely by the 5th day, that puppy should have gained some out.
Right, and you can step in, so you've got to be prepared for this. So
you can always tube feed, which is faster.
So the first thing is you need to have goat's milk on hand, regardless of whether this is going to be a great success or you're going to have problems. You need to have goat's milk on hand.
And there's a video on tube feeding
from us, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So have some goat's milk on hand.
I hated doing it the first few times because it scared me to death. But after I did it, it's easy.
Like falling off a log, isn't
it's
it?
easy.
And you can tube feed 7 puppies in the middle of the night in maybe 5-7 minutes and get your life back.
If you're doing a bottle, it's like forever and a day.
I mean, it's 15 minutes a puppy.
Yeah, I always felt like I had to burp
puppies,
them.
an hour and 45 minutes. You do that every 2 or 3 hours.
Like a baby, you have to burp the little puppy.
Yeah, tube feeding, though, because it goes in the stomach.
Goes straight to their stomach.
Tube feeding, you know how much you gave each puppy. You can get it literally done in a minute per puppy, easy. It's absolutely the way to. But the important point here is you've got to be prepared for this. So, look, it's very common for the first 24 hours that milk sucks on a new mama, doesn't it? It doesn't have much milk.
Yeah. It's the colostrum. They have to have that colostrum.
Right.
That first 24 hours, they have to get that.
So when you've got your mum, you take her teat and you run your fingers up her teat like this, so her teat came down like that, fairly hard, and you want to see some little droplets of yellow fluid on the end of the teat. It won't be very much. That's fine. That's enough to get the job done. But if you get nothing at all,
it's like massaging the teeth. James is going like this. No, it's not that rough. You just get it and you just squeeze on down. That's a man thing.
Yeah, let me show you.
No, you're too rough.
Okay, right. But look, you can win this battle, but you've got to win the battle in the first 48 hours. Otherwise, the war is lost, I promise you. You've got to get this under control.
Yeah, you've got to be the one that's winning, not them mom and dog.
And if you don't win the battle, which maybe she, I mean, we have had situations where mom has never had milk.
Yeah.
You need an incubator. We sell them. You need an incubator. You need a tube feed. You've got to learn how to do it. It's not difficult. But if they don't get fed every few hours, then they are
gonna have problems. Yeah,
you're gonna have problems, and you'll have problems in a hurry too.
But if you let that dog have her way, we know exactly how your children are being raised.
Yeah.
Without
DHS
spankings.
comes to our house every day to take our kids away from us. It's really mean.
No, we're not.
Well,
I mean, make a mind. You make a mind, just like kids. You make a mind.
Right, exactly. I mean,
what's wrong with this world lately? I could get started on that one.
No, don't. I'm on the same boat as Tammy on this, though. Look, firm, kind. You love your dogs, and you want this to work well, and you don't want to have a divorce.
Well, you want to do it again,
or shoot yourself because it's absolute disaster. Take control of it, and if you work at this, I promise you can win the battle. And it's surprising how quickly mum has come around when you think it's just not going to work, and like 4 or 5 hours later she's got them all huddled up. From there onwards,
sometimes it's the anesthetic, but this has been a long time ago after that.
Okay, well, I think that's it. So hey, we appreciate you watching our videos, and we'd really appreciate it if you subscribe to us
and make your children mind.
And
be safe.
Yeah, of course, be safe. Well,
not with your children, with the whole way the world is right now. That's what I'm talking about, being safe.
That's right.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah. And remember, we've got new babies.
We do.
www.lovemypups.com.
We don't have very many of them left, though, do we?
No, I've got one more little girl left and 2 boys. And phone number 580-799-1910. And then, of course, James's www.mybreedersupply.com.
Hey, everybody, thanks for watching. You'll have a good time. Bye.
Bye.